Good morning! It is early and we are getting ready to start homeschool, so we're trying to get in a couple projects before school starts. And I will take you upstairs today because I know I've been doing a lot of research of what curriculum do I like. Are there a couple different curricula that I want to use together? And I'm going to share with you what I have gotten this year. Hopefully it will be a little bit of an encouragement to you. Good morning. Okay, we are setting up our GreenStalks. For anyone who is into gardening, I'm probably assuming that you've seen other YouTube videos and you probably have seen GreenStalks. But if you haven't, it's a way to garden in a pot that is in a very small profile. So for me, I am doing my hot peppers in a pot because I want to keep them away from the garden. Funny story, I should get back to that in a second. I'll just say it now. I saved seeds from last year and I thought poblanos weren't spicy. I have had poblanos that I didn't think were spicy, so I planted them in my main garden. I planted them right next to my red bell peppers. I saved the seeds from my red bell peppers. I planted red bell peppers in my garden. We made sandwiches for everybody. Everyone had an enjoyment, had some bell peppers on their sandwich. Kinsley all of a sudden said, "Ah, spicy!" We realized that the red bell pepper seeds that I saved, not the ones that I used from the packet, I have a lot of just normal bell peppers out there, but the seeds that I saved that I turned into my seed saved red bell peppers, I heard the chances of them cross-pollinating were pretty low. However, the red bell peppers, if there's a chance something could go wrong, usually Philip is right. We probably experience it. So what my best guess is the poblano mixed with my red bell pepper, so the offspring ended up being spicy. That was why I had potted my spicy peppers last year. I knew this. I knew that that was going to be a risk of having hot peppers near your bell peppers. Well, note to self, poblanos, homegrown, were spicy enough that they became too spicy and cross-pollinated with my red bell peppers, so now I'm probably not going to be saving bell pepper seeds this year. I will just be using my seed packets, make sure there are absolutely no spicy peppers in my garden, and then going forward I will save the seeds. But all of my pepper plants are from seed. I think I can actually tell you which plant is spicy because it looks like a red bell pepper, but it's a little bit longer and skinnier. I actually, when it was growing, I was like, why does this red bell pepper look a little bit odd? Well, because it cross-pollinated with the poblano, Alex. Fun fact. But look at my hot peppers. These are now 2 years old. I'm like really proud of these. Like the foliage just is so healthy. Yes, I lost some of them. The ones that have lasted are all jalapenos and one habanero. But we are setting up our GreenStalks. We're setting up a little later because we just had so much of our main garden to establish. My intention was to have this through my growing season summer crops and then right now be switching it to fall crops, but instead I'm just going to be switching this directly to fall crops. Here's my plan. Here's my goal. I am going to be planting probably a lot of lettuce. I might actually try some carrots in it as well. And I am going to have a little ramp and roll them inside. And we do have windows. So I might just move it from outside the window to inside the window and have it warm enough in here. When it gets too cold, lettuce actually can handle pretty darn cold. So I'll try to keep it out here as long as possible. But if I feel like, hey, I might be able to extend the season a couple more months, maybe all the way through the year, we'll put them inside and see if I can do inside growing in the GreenStalks as well. That'll be my experiment. I don't know if that's their recommendation or not, but I did bring in my potted hot peppers through the winter last year and overwintered them, and they did well. So that's my goal. That's my hope. And okay, one more garden thing. I think, hopefully, I'm going to buy a potted lemon and lime, like little tree, and then maybe put it over here in the winter in that window, and then have it out on the deck during the nice weather, and hopefully be able to grow citrus. That's my other experiment, which our area is not a good temperature to grow citrus. It gets a little too cold in the winter, but we will see if we can make that happen. And Daddy is helping me out right now, completely covered. He already went to the gym today, like before we even ate breakfast. So I kind of feel bad. Before you were awake. Before I was awake, let's be honest. I kind of feel bad that he's doing more manual labor.
This is what it takes.
Because he loves it. He might have a little bit of a frown on his face right now.
I'm just tired.
But he loves it. Yeah, you're tired. You were up at sunrise. Hi, are you making a mud pie? Mm-hmm.
This one?
Oh, you're dumping it out? Okay, so for those of you who feel like you guys completely ruined and wasted your jute rug, I do understand. It actually breaks my heart a little bit. I loved this jute rug. But our dog that passed away, she ended up throwing up on this rug so many times that it felt like it was kind of a goner, because jute rugs have such fibrous woven. It just was. We got it on Facebook Marketplace for a deal, so I felt like I was willing to part with my rug. We brought it out here for a hot second, and hopefully this will go away soon. And we're cleaning up our deck, starting with beautifying it / making a good food growth. I will be planting a whole bunch of cold, hardy vegetables in the garden, but it would be nice to not have to run out to the garden to just like grab a quick salad and run back inside when it's cold out. Okay, so they come like this. You get one of them, set it down, and then Philip's going to fill it up all the way. And then you end up putting one of the watering trays on each level and have the holes, the little holes, line up with each cell. And then on top will be the big waterer. I will see if by the time this video goes out, I can reach out to them, see if I can get a discount code for you. Because I know a lot of people have discount codes, so I think it's pretty easy for me to get one for you. But it should be $10 off. But I will tell you, wait for sales. I'll maybe on Instagram, I'll try to give a heads up when there is a sale. We got both of them for less than $100 a piece. And they're really nice, really high quality. And I will show you my biggest reason. Philip just said it. My biggest reason I love them. I will zoom in on it. Family run, but if you can see, made in the U.S. That's my biggest kicker of why I really like supporting this company, is it's made in the U.S. and I just love that. Hopefully before too long, it will look like this. Thank you. That looks so nice. I am so excited. We actually bought them. We might end up buying 2 more. We'll see. I originally bought them. I was going to put them on both sides of the door down here, but then I realized that really doesn't get a lot of sun. And so then I decided to put it on the 2 sides of the window up here. But a lot of you have asked me about, I mean, we were in the suburb, like we were in a condo. We didn't always have land at all. And so I get asked of, you know, little different homestead things that we could do when we aren't on a homestead. Well, we don't have a lot of land. If I would have known about these when we were in the condo, I know exactly where I would have put it. I actually would have put this right outside my front door. It takes up like 2 feet of profile to grow a lot of food and to practice and to learn how to grow food. That is what is irreplaceable, are the lessons. Because then when you have a lot of space, you don't have to make mistakes on a big plot of a lot of produce. So I'm gonna be growing lettuce and cold hardy stuff, but people grow tomatoes, peppers, all kinds of things in there. Cucumbers, you just have to get creative. So anyways, if you guys are interested in GreenStalk, I will leave their link down in the description below, and if I can't get a discount code for you, I will find somebody else's discount code and put it down in the description, because I just think they're really great. I'm laughing this morning because I told Kinsley, I said, okay, is my hair like too greasy? Like, should I put the headband in? Or I said, or does it look fine? She goes, oh no, it looks good. I said, thanks, my fashionista. You just tell me when mommy's hair looks a little too messy and it needs a headband. She goes, okay, I will. And it's like a cute little time that I got to have with Kinsley, but now I'm laughing at, so I have really thin hair, and then plus it's just greasy from not showering recently. And so I've got this big, huge part. When I was growing up in high school, Tyler was sitting behind me in high school, and he goes, Alex, I'm gonna get you a Christmas present. I was like, oh my gosh, like he wants to give me a Christmas present, how cool. And he goes, I'm gonna get you Rogaine. That stuck with me. High school kids, young kids, adults even, mean things that we say to each other, it can stick with you. I'm not offended by it, but it is true. I have very thin hair, and then when it gets greasy, it gets like this big, it's all parted. But yes, maybe Tyler should have bought me Rogaine for Christmas. So mean. If you guys don't know what Rogaine is, I think it's like a hair growing cream or something like that. But okay, greasy day started pretty early, and then we just started going. So no time to get ready. Hopefully a lot of you understand that kind of life. And headbands slash, for me, bandanas are my new jam, and I love it. I actually don't really love doing my hair, but I love like throwing stuff in my hair to make it look a little more decent. All right, I'll have to tell Kinsley, hey, you think I should put on that headband? Sweet girl. Okay, it is time to start school, and so getting my watch on for the day. I've noticed it is very important. What? You saw a lizard?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Brownie eat it.
Brownie ate it?
Uh-huh.
Ew.
That.
You wanna wear my watch?
Uh-huh.
Let's go get you dressed, okay?
Okay.
Okay, it's time for us to go upstairs for school. Oh my gosh. Oh, did I hear it? Maybe I actually have a hot second to go get ready really quick. You know that feeling of, okay, mom hair for too long, and you just need a shower in the middle of the day? That was today. Okay. Do you ever spy on your kids and see them what looks like is going to be the start of a big fight, and then all of a sudden they're playing and laughing, and you realize, if they would have been in here, I would have intervened, because that was someone probably not being nice to the other, but they quickly worked it out? That was impressive. Okay, they're not here yet. Our culvert is coming today. Goodness, maybe I'll do just, I told you guys I had thin hair. This is all of it. And that's kind of sad. It just is the one thing I live with in my life. My mom does have thin hair, and yes, I can hear it already. I have gotten my thyroid checked a million times, and it could be something with my thyroid that's like deeper, that only like a naturopath would look that deep. Typically, a Western medicine doctor is only going to check like very basic labs. So yes, I could dig deeper, but when I shower and I don't sleep on it, we're gonna try, we just do the scrunch method, just when it's completely wet. I technically have naturally wavy hair, but it usually doesn't do what I want to do. So this method doesn't always, sorry, I'm using your viewfinder as my mirror for a second. Sometimes it doesn't totally work out. Okay, but I just was running around like a little crazy person because our culvert is coming. I'm pretty sure this video is coming out after I explained, hopefully I put all of the footage in. I went over to the barn and it was explaining all the things that we had to get ready for fall. Like, it is crunch time. but we first need to worry about diverting water. Anyways, I understand if you guys can't keep up on vlogs. I don't post very much anymore, so, but I still need to remember to repeat myself in case you didn't see other vlogs. I got it. We have water issues. We have water that comes down our hill. It was so wet last year. We just think that I think it's called like the water table. It's pretty much, the ground is so saturated, it's gonna go to the least resistance, and the least resistance last year was our basement. And so our basement was flooding. So we just needed to get the water down off our property quicker. And then we thought that was the main issue, but now we realized there was flooding in the barn that was happening. So we just have some water diverting that has to happen, and it's been like 6 months trying to get somebody here. It's just either, we won't go into the detail, but it's just been difficult getting somebody here. Okay, any hairdresser? Thank goodness one of my closest friends is a hairdresser. I just need to ask her, okay, once I get to this stage, what do I do? Do I just keep giving it volume on the top? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that dries. Okay. It's better. A little bit better than like when I first came in here with a little bit of stringy. I should put a standalone video of our homeschool curriculum, but I don't want to forget to tell you. So I'm just going to quickly go upstairs. And how about this? We finished school, by the way. So Cassidy is down for a nap. I didn't bring you along for the actual schooling because we enjoy that really sweet time between us, and that's just me focusing on the kiddos. But this is our schoolroom, and so I probably am going to be bringing the big white table up here eventually once Philip has time to build me a new farm. Oh, maybe they're here. Yes? All right, we'll just watch it from here. They already dropped it off. I'll show you after they back away.
Mom, what did they do that for?
Well, they're backing up. Very impressive. That is a long flatbed behind their truck. And up there, if you can see.
What were they doing?
If you can see, right past the trampoline, see that black thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's called a culvert. And it is going to run water from our creek that's up here to being able to have our driveway again. Isn't that cool? Okay, that was exciting. There's too many times where I laugh. I'm like, you're in your 30s when X, Y, or Z makes you happy. Okay, Chloe. So this will be a quick little overview of what we're doing with our curriculum. And then if you guys want more in detail, I can just make maybe a more standalone video just to show you. But I pretty much every time a conversation comes up with a friend, I will say, well, what curriculum are you using? Or what are you looking into? Or what have you liked? What have you not liked? And I just get so much feedback of all people, all different directions, that it felt so overwhelming. I am happy that I started with The Good and the Beautiful. I feel like it was the best intro to be like, Alex, you can homeschool, you can do this. And so we've got our math and our language arts, but I just wanted to branch out just a little bit. And so I'm still looking into like a bunch of different options that I want to get established of what we're going to use and then stick with that and not just be jumping all over the place. But my kids are still young, so I have been really happy, and I feel like for the most part I'm sticking with the math and the language arts from them. However, I do think that the kindergarten Good and the Beautiful language arts is a little bit quick, and that can be fine for some kiddos, and then it could be a little overwhelming for others. And so we're actually going to do My Father's World, and this is their kindergarten curriculum, and I didn't do their whole package. I just did their teacher's manual, their books, and then We are adding in Learn to Read in 100 Easy Lessons for Callie. This was too slow for Kinsley. She was already bored of it. And then My Father's World for 2nd grade will be U.S. history, and I'm just going to wait until next year and we will do that together with both kiddos. And then I also really love The Good and the Beautiful handwriting, but we're also doing a lot of handwriting in My Father's World. So most people might already know this, but I just learned about it this year. The Kathy Duffy reviews for the different homeschool curriculum can be really helpful and really give you an insight of what each curriculum, their theories, their just everything about each one, which I found very helpful if you feel like I just don't know which curriculum matches my teaching style. And so trying to find those, and not just my teaching style, my kids' learning styles. So anyhow, the reason I like My Father's World, it is heavier in language arts than I was expecting. I am really excited to use it a lot for some history and Bible. We are now getting set up. I have a bunch of educational puzzles. I have a lot of games and crafts that I kind of make up myself. We did this one this morning. This one's one of our favorites. Go find it. So you could make this up yourself, but it's super convenient and so fun. You pick a word. Oh, that's not like a good one. You pick a word, and this one says smelly and has a photo for those who can't read, and then you have to go and find that. And there's different ways you can be contestants against each other, like a thin one, spotty. It has all these different descriptions. So I like this when we don't do like a full nature walk or anything, but I feel like, okay, we need to kind of get outside, but I want to stick to not just, hey, run and go play. It's called Go Find It, but I've got a lot of counting, letters, school games, muffin math, learning cards, school games, our, what are these called? You know, the shapes. Sewing, Play-Doh, popsicle sticks, pipe cleaners, paint, glue, office supplies. I've got, it's a whole fun stuff up here. And the encouragement though is it's taken me a few years to feel like I'm getting more organized, and that's okay. I think it's okay to know that it can take a few years to kind of get everything settled. We love our Melissa and Doug clock we use regularly. Anywho, okay. So that was just like a little quick overview. So if you want more detail, you can leave any questions and I'll try to get around to them. But I know it's funny, homeschooling was so intimidating, and all my friends that were homeschooling, especially knowing that we were just going to be going into kindergarten, kept telling me, don't stress, don't worry, don't stress. And they were right. They're very right. And so now I am to the point where I have learned that it's going to be okay. You can do it. We can do it. As long as we are passionate about our children's learning, it's going to be great.